In today's video, we're looking at the Premier League after 30 games and where we're heading in the next 8 games. Obviously, if you like these kind of videos or if you like anything of my channel, like, comment, subscribe. Give me some tips, man. Give me some recommendations. Hit me up on my X channel. That's Zishan Season, similar to my YouTube account. But yeah, let's get into it. Arsenal, man. They've got one hand on the Premier League. Since 2004, it's been 22 years. And Mikel Arteta has developed this team into being absolute just winners, because the way they're about to win this league is the most un-Arsenal-like way possible. But they're going to do it. They're going to do it because Arsenal beat Everton 2-0 this weekend, while Manchester City, Pep Guardiola, dropped points to relegation battle West Ham. And wow, Man City have been god-awful in the last 2 games. Drew obviously at West Ham, and I believe they drew yet to Nottingham Forest at home. We remember obviously they had that Bernardo Silva chance that got cleared off the line against Nottingham Forest. That could have been a big win for them. But again, similarly to the end at the end of the West Ham game, Mark Gay had a chance to win it for them and they bottled it. And that's not something that you associate with Pep Guardiola's side. But fair play to Arsenal, Mikel Arteta, man, because he literally has one hand on the trophy. And what he's done to this Arsenal side in the last 6-7 years it's been up and down for him. But I think he's realised to win and beat Pep Guardiola, you need to learn the dark arts of football, and the way he's done that with the corners, with the long throws, with the way his players win fouls. It's been for me prime kind of Mourinho, Diego Simeone kind of way in beating Pep Guardiola. And I've loved every minute of it, I'll be honest with you guys. I know a lot of people moan about this guy. This guy's not playing incredible football. A lot of people moaning about the impact it's having across the league. You know, other teams adapting to this style of taking corners and long throws. But who cares, man? You can have the ball, because I'm leaving with the 3 points, says Mikel Arteta after every game. And you know what? He deserves it. If it carries on, he deserves to win the Premier League, because I remember that season where I think they finished. I'm sure they finished below United that season. It was for the top 4 race, and they finished 6th, I believe. And a lot of people gunning for Arteta. A lot of these content creators in the Arsenal space were gunning for him. They were going for his head. And you know what? He's not only turned it around. Maybe he's turned it around at the same time and said, fuck you, because I'm not playing the football that you want me to play. I'm playing the football that is going to bring trophies back to the Emirates. And fair play to Arteta, man. I don't like this tiki-taka Pep Guardiola football. I've never been a fan of it. I've always been an advocate for the Mourinhos, the Simeones, the dirty style of football. And Arteta's brought that to this Arsenal side, and the players have really adapted. And you can tell by the way Gabriel plays. I think there was an opportunity for Everton to counterattack, and Ndia is running. He's trying to get away from Gabriel, and Gabriel has basically won a foul by literally just standing and pushing his arse into the Everton attacker and winning. It was never a foul, but if you can, convince the referees, the linesmen to give you those kind of fouls, the finer margins lead to trophies. If you can get those fine margins in games, man, you can win some big trophies in football. And Mikel Arteta, I think he's doing a tremendous job. He's won the last 4, as you can see, against Everton, Brighton away from home, Chelsea at home, Tottenham away. Some big games there, man, and he's delivered. Where you look back at previous years, those are kind of the games where they're not so, they're not the big games, but they're playing mid-table sides. They got the points. They're getting the 3 points, and that's what Mikel Arteta has done this season compared to the others. So for me, I think it's done. I think the Premier League is done. Mikel Arteta has won a Premier League title with Arsenal after 22 years of suffering. This is nothing. A lot of people are gonna hate on what Arteta has done here, but what he's done is historical, man. From where this club was when he took over after the Unai Emery experiment, he's done a tremendous job, and it's been up and down. It's been funny moments when he showed Ivan Toney's tweet in the changing room when he when he lit the light bulb, when he said it's transmit this light, this energy into the players. He's done all sorts, but you know what? It's paid off because this guy is winning the Premier League. And not just any sort of Premier League. He's winning the Premier League against, whilst Pep Guardiola is managing Manchester City. And you know, it's not like it's a COVID league title like Liverpool did. This is a big achievement for Arteta. And you know, if he gets that Carabao Cup or an FA Cup to his resume, this is even a Champions League. This could well and truly go down as one of the greatest seasons for a manager in Premier League history. But yeah, enough of the title race talk. I don't really want to go into the Manchester United talk because obviously I covered it in my previous long form video where I reacted United versus Villa. I want to talk more about Aston Villa because I think they're in one of the worst forms in the league currently. Lost to United just now 3-1. Lost to Villa away. Lost to Villa at Villa Park 4-1, and lost to Wolves 2-0. So they've lost the derby in the Midlands. They've lost at home by conceding 4 goals, and they've lost away to United by conceding 3. All in all, 10 goals conceded in the last 3 games. That's awful for Aston Villa. And a lot of people are putting Unai Emery in the Manchester United job application bracket. And this is why he should not be anywhere near the Manchester United job, in my opinion. He failed at Arsenal. What he's done at Aston Villa is tremendous. But for me, he's a top manager for a smaller club. I'm not saying Villa are a small club, but they're not anywhere near the realms of Manchester United. So Unai Emery, what you've done over in Spain, Villarreal, what you've done here at Aston Villa has been mind-blowing. Has been excellent, but I don't think he should be, leading a Manchester United team going into a new season. But more so on his Villa side, I was really impressed with how they started against Manchester United today, and again how they started against Chelsea. It wasn't too bad, but I think away from home as well. I watched the game against Lille. Ollie Watkins scored a superb header, and they played brilliantly away from home. Away from home in Europe is always a tough game. But Aston Villa have been actually playing pretty decent. They started off well against United, a great win against Lille, but I just think they've just lost it in their legs. I don't think it's a managerial issue. I just think it's towards the tail end. The run of fixtures that they're having now, it gets to you, man. It gets to you, and I think it's happened to Aston Villa. I want to talk about this football club here, Liverpool Football Club. Absolutely shocking. Arne Slot deserves. Sorry, I don't know if anyone else out there in terms of Liverpool fans are backing this guy, because yes, he won the Premier League. Yes, he tweaked it slightly with his tactics, but ever since Salah has dropped off, ever since his defense have dropped off, ever since he's made those summer signings in fullback, failed, and he's failed miserably, man. To draw at home against this Tottenham side is a complete embarrassment. It's a complete embarrassment to draw against this Tottenham side. To draw against the Tottenham side, they didn't have nothing to play for. Obviously, they're playing to stay in the league, but they were dead and buried in Madrid 3 days ago. Their team, their manager, the way Talk Sport were terrorizing Tottenham. Today is to poo. I frankly remember hearing on my drive back from my mum's house that evening. Today is to poo. These guys were getting violated, and Liverpool Football Club have allowed Igor Tudor to gain points on them. What? You've allowed Tudor, Mr. Tudor, to get a point at Anfield? Arne Slot, man, some tough conversations need to be had about this guy. Is he a fraud? Was that Premier League, triumph? Was it more so Klopp? Was it more so Salah's excellence? But yeah, man, Liverpool, a lot of questions to be had there because they were god awful today. They were awful. Everyone in that Liverpool shirt. Hugo Ekitike, when he came on that chance, that counter attack in the 95th minute. For me, Salah was clearly in. I don't know why he hasn't passed it. Maybe there's something going on there because I've seen Salah come off the pitch and he was mouthing a few words to, I don't know who, but he was just walking off in a strop. maybe I genuinely think this is the end of Mo Salah. I think we'll see him return to not return, but go back to not even go back. Sorry, he's from Egypt. I don't know what I'm on about, but to go to Saudi Arabia and join, the Muslim community in Saudi Arabia. Come back to the Mussulman. Yeah, Mo Salah, man. I think it's the end of him. I think the football's left him. I genuinely think the football's left him. Word to Jamie Carragher. But yeah, let's go down the table in terms of what we're seeing in the mid table area. This team they surprise me, Fulham. They surprise me every week because Marco Silva, I'm a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of the players he has. Alex Iwobi, Bassi at the back, Jimenez up top. I really like this team. Harry Wilson, I really do like this team, but just seem to just not be great away from home, and they're just not consistent enough. I'm still waiting for them to take that next leap to go into Europe to cement, Europa League, Conference League positions. And it looks they just struggle. They just struggle every now and then. But yeah, I hope they've lost 13, won 12 games. I do hope for more successful for them because I really do like that football club. In terms of the relegation battle, these guys, Tottenham Hotspur, we covered it just a few moments ago. But I'm begging for these guys to get relegated. Honestly, because of obviously they beat us in the Europa League final. But imagine just seeing Birmingham City Football Club pull up to that Calderon of the Tottenham Stadium. Yo, that shit will be hilarious. I want to see Zulus packing out the Tottenham Stadium. I want to see the Millwall fans packing out the Tottenham Stadium. Yo, stories would be told if Tottenham go down, man. Stories would be told if Tottenham go down. It will be really interesting. But I think that point, I know it's just a point, but I think mentality-wise, it will do something for them in the back. I think it'll rejuvenate them more because they were in the dumps. They were in the gutters of a blocked toilet. These guys were cooked, man. So I think that was a great point to get away from Anfield. And maybe they can, get a few wins now on the trot. But I think it'll be tough. I want to look at their fixtures. They have Nottingham Forest at home. And that's not an easy game. Because Morgan Gibbs White, one of my favourite footballers in the league, he turns up in some games against the so-called big teams. Scored against United, scored against Man City, scored against Liverpool. Did he score against Arsenal? I'm not sure off the top of my head. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, man, he loves it. He loves a big goal against a big team, and I know Tottenham are not currently a big team, but they're considered a big six. So yeah, I can see Nottingham Forest pulling up a result there. Let's see what their next game is after that. And then Sunderland away. I think Liverpool are the only team to beat Sunderland at their ground. So yo, honestly, man, I'm going with my prediction right now is Tottenham are getting relegated. Tottenham Hotspur are going down in the Championship alongside Burnley and Wolves. And wow, man, it would be incredible. I think Leeds survive. I think Leeds are doing enough in terms of performance-wise. They've, got a few draws in their last few games. Chelsea at home, Villa, a few draws against some big teams, man. And then obviously today against Palace, 0-0. I think it's more so to do with that relegation battle between Nottingham Forest and Tottenham. If Morgan Gibbs White can pull off a great, why I always tell you guys I love stories, man. This guy had basically put pen to paper to go into Tottenham last summer. And now he can ultimately be the catalyst that sends Tottenham to the Championship. Oh my days. Vince McMahon, prime Vince McMahon couldn't even write this script. Triple H right now couldn't write this script because he's ass. But yo, Morgan Gibbs White from the summer. What happened in the summer? From the Forest nearly selling good Gibbs White to Tottenham, he can now be the one that really puts a dent in their hopes of surviving. I'd love it if that happens. But in terms of I want let's go let's delve into like the best players, because I want to talk about this here. That number right there. You can see my cursor here. 10 player of the match awards for Bruno Fernandes. 10. Compared to what people believe in terms of, sorry, what people, compared to Declan Rice's 3, who people believe should be winning the PFA Player of the Year award this year. I know Arsenal fans, probably the majority of football fans are going to say, yo, Arsenal have won the league, therefore a player from the Arsenal team must win Player of the Season. But no, man. When Bruno Fernandes is playing the way he is playing, how can you ignore this guy? He is by far the best player in the Premier League. By far the best player in the Premier League. If you look at his ratings here, averaging an 8 out of 10 rating currently. Levels ahead of Declan Rice. Better than Erling Haaland. But what I really like the most about this overview here is here. Bruno Fernandes, he has double the amount of assists compared to the person in number 2. That's Ryan Cherky. He has 8. Bruno Fernandes has 6. I believe he has 4 more to go to equal the record and 5 more to beat the record. Oh my God. If Bruno Fernandes beats the assist record and gets United into the Champions League, I'm sorry, Arsenal fans. I'm sorry, Declan Rice. Bruno Fernandes. You know what? I like Rice because he seems like a humble guy. He seems like he knows ball. Even he'll probably put his hands up, smile, and say, yo, Bruno Fernandes deserves the PFA Player of the Year award. But scrap the PFA Player of the Year award. I'm saying right now, as of March 2026, Bruno Fernandes deserves a Ballon d'Or. Because I believe Portugal will do really, really well in the World Cup. Whether they win it, that's another topic. That's another conversation, because you need a lot of luck in football. Will they have that luck? But if they win that World Cup, Bruno Fernandes could well and truly bring a Ballon d'Or back to Old Trafford. That would be the most comical thing that could ever happen at Manchester United in a season so full of so many lows, losing to Grimsby, having Ruben Haramorim as a manager, and then ending the season in 3rd and having Bruno Fernandes win the Player of the Year and possibly a Ballon d'Or. Wow. What an end that would be. But yeah, man, Bruno Fernandes, this guy's playing incredible football. This guy here, Igor Thiago, man, what are we saying about this guy? Because it's a bit of a, I'm a bit contradicted on this guy, man, because I've seen him play. This guy is terrible. But yo, he can finish. He can finish. I watched him against Arsenal. He couldn't finish against. It was a game against Arsenal at Brentford Stadium, and he had like 3 1-on-1s, and it was dog awful. But he's got 18 goals, only 4 away from Erling Haaland. He's been up there with Erling Haaland, and he's doing that at Brentford. Brentford with a new manager this season. I genuinely think Igor Thiago. I'm putting this out there. This guy is getting a big Serie A move in the summer. No Premier League club is investing what Brentford probably want for this guy. I genuinely believe a Serie A team that's dumb, like AC Milan, will invest in this guy, and he will go there and stink out the whole place. Because them Italian teams, when you stink out that place, them geezers are racist. Them fans over there are very racist. Let me tell you that. He might get hunted over there. Even though I love the Serie A, I love Serie A, man. I love the culture, I love the fans, but a lot of them, similarly to La Liga, when you ask, you know what I mean, a lot of the racism comes out over there. But you know what I mean, man. Antoine Semenyo, he was on the cusp. He was on the verge of joining Manchester United, but City, snatched it. Obviously, more so thanks to Pep Guardiola. But what season he's having? 15 goals. 15 goals as a winger, man. Incredible numbers. And Erling Haaland, man, obviously 22 goals, but the number I'm more impressed with is there. 7 assists for Erling Haaland. We don't really put assists and Erling Haaland together in a sentence. But 7 assists is tremendous, man. What he's doing, Erling Haaland, he's having a tremendous season. So in terms of best player of the year, I don't think an Arsenal player deserves it. Genuinely, if it's not Erling Haaland, it has to be Bruno Fernandes. Declan Rice is up there as well. No, we can't argue that he's up there. Tremendous player, covers the ground, tackles, big important tackles. But yeah, it's gonna be an incredible. It's gonna be an incredible end to the season, man. But I think Arteta will get the job done. But what I'm liking here, guys, this is what I wanted to talk about. Benjamin Sesko, shots on target per 90, 1.9, more than Erling Haaland. This guy's a gunman. He's a shooter. Give him the strap and he's shooting. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see how Sesko's career goes in the next few years, because I think there's definitely a player there. And reading behind the scenes, they're telling me he reads books, he stays on social media. So he could be one to watch, man, because this guy sounds like he's locked in. In terms of players that I've been most impressed with, in terms of just on the eye is this boy here, Jeremy Doku. Jeremy Doku, bro. The way this guy drops his shoulder, the shimmies. You know, Nani was nowhere near this guy in terms of dribbling and getting past players. He was up there, but he reminds me of Nani in terms of consistency. He's just not consistent enough. This guy can get some consistency under his belt. Maybe have a season that Nani produced in 11-12. Yo, this guy will be up there in big conversations. He'll be up there. He'll be sitting at some tables where you'll be raising the eyebrow like, yo, Doku. But he's a tremendous football player. In terms of on the eye test, for me, this guy is Joga Bonito personified. Shimmy, left foot, right foot, dribble, step over, finesse, power shot, assist. I like this player. I like him a lot. And I'm going to end it on there, man. I hope you enjoyed the Premier League review. Let's see where we head to. But my predictions are that Arsenal are winning the league. Tottenham are getting relegated. And in terms of top four, I'm going with Arsenal, City, Manchester United, and Liverpool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please feel free to reach out over on X, Zishan Season. I'm on TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, all of that. But yeah, reach out, man. Let's get involved. See you guys down the road.